Hi, and thank you for joining me. I am Jennifer Goldman, a nonprofit management consultant here to help nonprofit organizations achieve their goals, overcome challenges, and learn how to be more sustainable. And today I want to talk about in-kind contributions. It has come to my attention that sometimes in-kind contributions are not so kind. So I wanted to talk about when is a gift not a gift? And I know when I was running a nonprofit organization, there were things that people wanted to give me, and who doesn't like free stuff? But sometimes we don't. Sometimes people are offering things that we really don't know what to do with. And so I have a couple of examples I wanted to go over. I'm trying to keep this brief today, but I remember at one point I had gained, I think I inherited them in my office when I became executive director, a whole stash of framed artwork. But I want to say a couple dozen pieces of framed artwork that our organization just didn't know what to do with. So they sat in my office. I think the idea really was, well, we could sell them and make a bunch of money. The problem was that wasn't part of our mission. It wasn't something we did, and it wasn't really in my wheelhouse. I don't know how to sell art. And so it sat there for a very, very, very long time. And I realized it wasn't really a gift. It was a burden. It was in my way. It was in my office all the time. And nobody knew what to do. I mean, we did finally sell off a couple pieces here and there at silent auctions, at our fundraisers, but overall, the gift would have been if the person who wanted to contribute it had made the sales themselves and given us money. And that would have been a better gift. Another example that I have is every year we would run a gala, and our local newspaper donated ad space to us. That was their in-kind contribution to our annual fundraiser. And that was truly a gift, because to run that event, I would have needed to place ads. I don't know where I would have placed them or how I would have placed them, but the decision, was such an easy one. I have this newspaper that is giving me free ad space at something like $1,600 in free ads, within 30, 60 days of that event. And that was a wonderful gift. It was money that I didn't have to spend on something that I was already going to do. But what I wanted to recommend to everybody is have your board and your staff put together an in-kind contribution policy. This will help make it more clear to you and your staff member and other volunteers the things that you will and won't take. And part of that policy really is to give you a little bit of separation from that decision making, so that you're not put on the spot when people just come to you and say, hey, I have this great thing I want to give you. You can say, well, we have an in-kind contribution policy here at our organization. If you would fill out this in-kind contribution form, I can take that back to our board. We'll discuss it on our next meeting, and we'll get back to you and let you know what the board decides. And that way, internally, you can discuss it. You have more brains on it. You can also just sort of put a pause on it to give you a chance to think without that person right in front of you. And maybe together with your organizational leaders, you put together that policy. Maybe there's a minimum on the value of the amount you want. Maybe you put together a pre-checklist of what it can and can't be, or some of the things that you're really looking for. That also will help you find what you're looking for. If we know we would love to have these type of in-kind contributions, then people also know what it is you want, and people hopefully that have the things that you're looking for will step forward. But then part of that policy also is to get that in-kind contribution form, know exactly what you're getting, what its value is, and float around some ideas of what you could do with it. Is it helpful or not helpful to your organization? And then put it to a board vote at that next board meeting, and then get back to the person, within 30 days or so, 2 weeks, whatever, after that board vote, so that they know. And be gracious either way. Thank you so much. We really appreciate your offer. However, the board has decided at this time it's just not something that we're willing to take on. Or thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Please let us know when we can arrange to pick it up, or utilize whatever the offer is. And those are some suggestions just to give you a little bit of balance there when you're thinking about those in-kind contributions. So I hope you find that helpful. I also have this in a blog post. Probably should have said that at the beginning. If you'd rather read about it than watch the video, on jenniferegoldman.blogspot.com. You can read about this issue and other topics as well. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a great day.